Hello, everyone. Good evening. So this is Sagar Dhawan, your instructor for this demo class. So am I audible? And do you guys see my screen? Yes,
Yes.
no.
Yes, sir. We can see.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay. So how many of you had joined my last demo yesterday, Saturday, 6:30 p.m.? How many of you joined the Ansible demo which I took yesterday, same time? Okay, so this is a complete new audience. No one from my previous day demo for Ansible. So let me tell you, I had also taken a demo yesterday on Ansible topic. So those guys might have missed. You can watch here on our Network Journey YouTube channel. So it's broadcasted here. Okay. So if you go and search on YouTube channel Network Journey, so this was conducted yesterday, and this video or this demo was completely on dedicated Ansible. Okay, the Ansible batch that we are gonna start. So it was completely on Ansible. So later on, at the end of this demo, I got mixed reaction. Some people asking for the complete network automation package, including Python, Ansible, Devnet, and some people who wanted to have only Ansible. Might be they have attended my previous batch and they wanted to focus on Ansible. So that is why I thought let me keep one more session today and I discuss about Python automation in the second demo class. Give me 1 second. Okay, so first time, no issues. So guys, let me give you some walkthrough. Okay. So those guys who are looking for dedicated Ansible course, the demo was conducted last day on Saturday, and you will find the recording. You will find the recording on our YouTube channel, Network Journey. And what are the topics that I discussed here? So I discussed on topic like Ansible Tower, Ansible AWX, Ansible Playbook. Okay. And a Git Hub repository. So these are some topic I covered for Ansible. And at the end of the demo, some people requested to conduct some demo on Python. Okay, so that is why I'm presenting you the second day of demo today, where I would show you some Python demonstration. Okay, so I won't go much on theory. I'll straight away give you some script today. Okay, I'll give you some practical aspect on Python scripting, which can go well with everyone, even though you are a beginner or even though you've never been into Ansible or Python, it's just a very, practical script what I would discuss today. So guys, how many of you have worked on Python automation? You can unmute and you can speak, or if you want, you can put down on the chat, yes or no. So how many of you have worked on Python automation? Okay. So I see people saying no and yes, mixed answer. So those who are using yes, or those who said yes, on which network module did you use? Which network module have you used? Which network module have you used for Python automation? Nornia. Okay. What else? Okay. So I have more answer now. Metmiko, Nipam. Yes, people saying Netmiko. That's right. Okay. So these are different network modules that we use for SSH purpose, or SSH reachability to the end box. That means you have a script, you got your Python script here using either one of the module like Nornia or Netmiko. Okay. And you are running it against the networking boxes like router, okay, or switch, firewalls. So you basically need SSH reachability. And to have that SSH reachability, you are relying on one of the network module like Nornier, Netmiko, Nipam. So my question is, have you ever been asked which Python library to be considered and why? I hope you are getting my question. So when it comes to network library, there are a lot of network libraries available. Okay. Example, Nornier, Netmiko, Nipam, PyNTC, Paramiko, Telnet. But if someone asks you a simple question, which library would you go with? And if you select, or if you decide that I go with Netmiko, then what qualities of Netmiko is something which I will uh, I'll check, and then I'll suggest it to my customer or my client. So those who said, who have worked, what have you liked in Nornier and what have you liked in Netmiko? Or anyone has any other options that let's go with this module, then let me know what module do you suggest and why. Okay, why? Because audience wants to know, or your customer wants to know why. Okay, so let's put it in this way. What do you check before selecting any library? Okay, any Python library. So what are the qualities that you would select? Yes, someone who wants to unmute, feel free. It's a demo class. It's not any interview questions. So feel free to put down your ideas. Okay, so I have Jay saying that in terms of support. Okay, in terms of support. So in terms of support, if I'm not wrong, I can put it in this way. Let's say you decide to go with Netmiko and you're stuck at certain point. So how would you reach the community, or how would you reach the technical person behind Netmiko and get that sorted out? Or similar way, if you are gonna go with Nornia and you're stuck here, so how would you proceed with the technical team and get your uh, roadblock achieved? Okay, so in terms of community, let's say the community, which of the community of this library is good, helpful, faster, so that if I go with that, I have someone who can help me or who can guide me, or there are enough official documentation or official uh, pages where I can read, I can see which function I can go with, or what are the different attributes, and then I decide on what to go with. Okay, what about the other features? What would you prefer? Okay, and also as Jair is telling about supporting platform. Okay, this is one more thing. This is one more thing that we would see before going with picking up a right module for our customer. So when I say Netmiko has close to 30 plus supporting vendors. It can support Cisco, Junos, Huawei, AWS, and multiple other platforms, close to 30 plus platform. Whereas Nornia, it only supports a very limited range, might be 5 to 10 vendors only. Okay, so this is one more aspect that you would check which one to go with. If your customer is having multi vendors, a huge range of vendors, then definitely you would go with Netmiko in that case. Okay, because the other modules may not support a lot of vendor, might be there are limitation towards it. So this is one more aspect that you would decide. What else do you check before recommending any network Python library for network automation? What else do you see? What about speed, execution speed? Have you thought about this? Let's say I have a customer who has thousands of devices. Okay, 1000 of devices, mixture of router, switch, firewalls, Nexus, and lot many other platforms. So speed is one more important criteria for me to think about. Okay, why? Because the modules will behave differently to each other. Okay, so when I say Netmiko, PyNTC, NEPAM, they work on one connection at a time principle. Okay, so one connection at a time, whereas Nornia has a concept of multi-threading. That means it can run the connection simultaneously. So if it has 10 simultaneous connection, okay, so basically you are taking less time to execute your Python script using Nornio rather than going with Netmiko. I hope you're getting this point. Else, I'll give you one more example here. So let's say I decide to go with Python and Netmiko as the library. And I have 10 different devices to get executed. So what Netmiko or other module like Netmiko does is, it take one connection at a time. So first it do a SSH. It will perform the task, backup, show commands, configuration. The connection will terminate. Okay. And a new connection is established on the second box. A new connection. It will perform the task. Once the job is done, the connection gets re-established to the third one. And this goes on till the very end. So let's say if one device, first device took 5 seconds, okay, the second is taking 5 seconds. So you just add it. That would be the total time taken for the complete execution of the script. Let's say it took 50 seconds together for total of 10 device. Okay. But if you have thousands of device, this will also increase to might be 3 hours or 5 hours, depending upon number of devices that you are using. Okay. So this is called execution time in the Python network libraries. And that is one thing which you also have to consider when you are recommending any modules to your customers. Now, how could you, how could you improvise this? You can improvise this by introducing concept of multi-threadings. So Nornier is one such example, one such network library, which has a ready-made multi-threading concept put up in that module. Okay, so in this case, what happened? Let me draw it a diagram and explain you. So let's say I have 10 device. Now in Netmiko, the scenario was connection by connection, right? But what Nornier does it, depending upon our configuration that we might have set. Let's say I want to set multi-threading as 10 devices. So in this case, Nornier will run concurrent 10 connections all at once. Okay. So all together, it might take only 5 seconds for executing 10 devices. Okay. So this is gonna improve the execution time of your the script, Python script. Now the whole concept which I just do, I will show you the practical uh, observation as well today, so you get to know what am I trying to talk about, the execution time or the speed. Okay, so this is one important factor whenever you have been asked to pick the right library. Okay, say if I just have to revise this. So one thing, the support, the community of this modules, the supporting platform, and the execution speed, and rest whether it is maintained or it's updated, or how frequently it is updated, and lot other feature aspect contribute to that. Okay, So this is one important aspect which I wanted to take in today's demo class, that was execution speed. Okay, so what I will do now, I'll go to my lab and I'll show you one Python script, and we will see the elapsed time today. How much time does Netmiko script needs to run on, let's say, 6 device, to run might be 6 different CLI command, Cisco CLI command. Okay, and same number of device we will also run it against Nornier script. It would be 6 device, 6 CLI command, and then we will compare the elapsed time. We will see why elapsed time has to be checked before we recommend any libraries to any customer. Okay, so think in such a way that you are a network automation engineer and you are being asked to suggest a right network automation module to your customer, and they might have multi-vendor, they may not have. So these are all the aspects that you will keep in your mind before recommending something to the customer. Okay, so that is the topic which I picked for today's demo. So let me do the lab and let me show you practically how do we check that. Okay, so let's first run the Netmiko script. So I have a Netmiko script here. If you see the script, so it's written on Netmiko. Don't worry about the scripting. We will start it in the class. We will start with very basic script, and then we will advance to this level. Okay. So don't think that it's all one day of study that you can write this many lines of code. It will take some time. So today's class is to decide to see what we see before uh, picking up any module. Okay, give me 1 second. So let me just just go with overview on what is done here so that you don't miss out. So I'm going with a Netmiko module first. My credentials are stored here. My list of devices are stored in a external notepad. I'm reading the start time in the sense the script start time. I'm having a for loop where I have supplied my list of devices. I've stored the data, the device login data inside dictionary, and that dictionary I'm supplying to the function connect handler, which is responsible for initializing SSH connectivity. And I'm pushing a file, a text file, to the box. So basically, what happens here is those CLI command are stored in this text file, and this function will read it and send it over on the transport channel towards the box, towards the Cisco box. So let's open this text file once. Let's see what are the content there. So multi-device.txt, where I have stored close to 6 Cisco devices. And this is my credential for all the 6 device. And this is the file which is containing my configurations. So I have some configurations to do, and also I have some do commands to fetch the show output. Okay, and this very similar job I would also run over on Nornier module. So let's see where is the Nornier module. So here is my Nornier script. So once again, I'm calling the Nornier header. I'm relying on Nornier netmico. I'm calling the print result function. I'm capturing the start time. Okay. And then I'm pushing out the same file which I was sending via netmico as well. So this consists of all CLI commands. Then I'll capture the end time. Okay. And then I will just do a simple mathematic operator subtraction between end, that is stop, minus start, and then I'll print the elapsed time. So it should show me how much time it took for execution for 6 devices, 6 different CLI commands. Okay. So we will do 3 testing on each module so that we can take a average then. All right. So let me also take a notepad so that we can capture the time. So first I would run for netmico. So let's say first attempt, second attempt, and third attempt. And then I'll go with the Nornier. So that would be first attempt, second attempt, and third attempt. All right. Now let's start with netmico. Okay. So the script is done. We have all devices. Let me check the device once if they are all alive and not been closed. So this is our lab which we would provide to the enrolled student. Okay. All right. So we have 6 devices powered on. I'll go here. Let me run this. And let's wait for it to connect to all 6 devices, execute, fetch, give us the total elapsed time for first attempt. Okay, so you can see it's going device to device. Okay, so you can see them progressing. Okay, so I can see here, this is the elapsed time for the first attempt. It's close to 23 seconds. I'm going to put it here. 23 seconds. It's in second. I'll also run two more time because we said we will go with 3 tests and then we will consider the average. And remember, this is happening only on 6 devices. It's a lab environment. In the production, you expect always to be in 500 quantities, 1,000 quantities, or 4,000 quantities. So you just multiply, you will understand the total difference that it would be visible. Okay. So now it took 22 seconds for the complete execution. I'm going to keep it here. And let's run one more time. So let's see how much time it takes now. Yes, it took close to 22 seconds. Let's keep here. All right. So this was netmico's elapsed time for each attempt. For let's put the criteria also: 6 device plus 6 CLI commands and all Cisco devices. Now the same test, time to run on Nornier. Let's check Nornier in that scenario. This is the Nornier script. It's all been coded. How do I code? We will check it out in the class because it's a Python framework. We need to have the config file. We need to have host file, group file, default file. And that is how this Nornier is built. So let's see the performance demo today. Once I start with the batch, I will go and start showing how do we write it as well. Okay. After this demonstration, I'll discuss about the curriculum and the syllabus, etc., etc. So just be tuned with me today. So let me run this Nornier script. Let's right click, run this. So it started the process. Okay. And you see the elapsed time. It was much, much, much faster. This is the first attempt. Let me rerun one more time. So you have your second attempt, which is also close enough to 8 seconds. Let's run one last time. Okay, and you have it over here. Now all the output I have stored here on the notepad, and you can see the clear difference. Netmiko took average of 22 seconds to deal with this number of device, this number of CLI command. The same test we ran against Nornier Python module, and it fetched in only 8 seconds. They are only very less number of devices, so even then you can still see a very marginal difference. But you just think if they were 500 devices or 1000 devices or might be 4000 devices, so this might would have taken hours, 3 4 5 hours. Might be this would take some 30 to 40 minutes to execute and get you the output. So when you learn Python automation, knowing how to automate is one thing, but which one to pick up is the second thing. Okay, you have to suggest, or you have to make your decision on which module to go with. If you pick a wrong selection, you will regret later on. You will regret later on because your script, which could have been handled in 15 20 minutes, is taking 3 hours to fetch or configure something. Okay, so this is something which I wanted to show in today's demo class. It's focused on Python demo. As I told you, last demo I completely focused on Ansible. So Ansible is also a configuration management tool. You guys might have heard about Ansible, and we have both the batch coming up in the next week. So we are starting both of them. So that is why I will spend some time to tell you which batch and when are we starting this batch. So let me keep it here.
If you run the same script multiple times,
Mhm.
it will not give the error like this command has already executed.
No, no, it will not. It will not do that.
Okay. And there is another question, like if I select the Norneo or Netmiko, any of them, right? In the middle of some of the year, I realize I have the multiple vendor. I wanted to change to the Norneo or Netmiko. So can I change that, or it will be the fix like I
No, no, no.
selected in the?
You can change any time.
Okay.
You can change any time. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So guys, let me tell you the two package, because most of the people after watching Ansible demo, they were interested on full network automation package, and some who have already been my past student, they wanted to go with Ansible. They wanted to have it dedicated Ansible. Okay, so we have two courses as of now, which we are starting from next week. So the first course is combo or combination of Python, Ansible, and the APIs and Devnet. A complete automation kit that will give you a solid knowledge on automation. And within Python itself, we are covering various modules like Netmiko, Paramiko, Nipam, PyNTC, Nornia, subprocess, okay, and Scraply, Scapy. So these are Python network modules that I would be covering under Python. And Ansible, I would be covering once again solid knowledge on Ansible, playbooks, Jinja, YAML, etc., etc. Under API, we would discuss about REST API, netconf. I'll consider examples to show you how do we call APIs. And Devnet, I'm covering the associate one, which is 200901. It is from the certification point of view. Cisco blueprint, Cisco official blueprint for DevNet 200901 would be covered up. So it's a complete package for anyone who is starting up for the first time on a network automation side. Okay, a complete combo of the whole flavors.
A quick question. How much Linux you need to know for this?
How much?
Linux.
No, you don't need any Linux. We are basically running on Windows completely.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And again, there
And
is no.
do we
Yeah,
need to be background from the network as well?
yes, that is one prerequisite which I would like to say. The prerequisite here is neither you need to be good at Linux, neither you need to know programming or Python or Ansible. But yes, the prerequisite would be if you are a CCNA certified, a normal routing switching CCNA certified, because my examples here would be related to networking. I would talk about, might be taking an example of OSPF or running up config push or doing a iOS upgrade. So if you know what am I talking about, that is sufficient. No, I don't expect you to be an expert in routing switching, but a basic knowledge. If you have done MCA in CCNA side or a normal CCNA associate, that is also sufficient, because I don't have to explain what is router, what is switch then.
Yeah,
I'll
understand.
focus on. Okay.
Basic of network, right?
Yes, basic of networking is enough.
And for Python, Python has a lot of stuff too, right? The one you mentioned, that Miko, you're only gonna be talking about those, like not Python learning in general, like from strings, variable, what is string, what is variable, though, like from the basics.
Yes. So when I'm starting with Python, since people are new here, so I'll start with Python theory first, where I go with all the data types, variable, function, libraries. So the theory will be covered for a week.
Okay.
And after a week, then we will start with Python's NetMiko module, and we start writing our basic script, and then we start tuning it and advancing it into the modules. And to you guys, we have a website here, which I'm gonna drop the link. So it has all the detailed curriculum as well. Let me keep it here. So if you just scroll, go to course curriculum. So this is consisting of total like 20 modules. So we start with this module first, as you asked me, the theory one. So I'll
Okay.
just start with all theory first. Okay, error handling, user input, etc., etc. Then I go towards the libraries. So module 4, 5, 6. There are a couple of other modules. So once Python is handled, then we will go toward Ansible. So these are Ansible topics. Then we will go to the DevNet syllabus, and DevNet syllabus we will cover APIs as well. So this is the detailed course content for the package 1 for a beginner who wants to start with network automation package kit.
And you are the one who gonna be teaching, or it's somebody else?
Yes, it will be me who would be taking up this whole topic. Okay, so this is package 1, a complete kit for a beginner. Now there are close to 20 to 30 batches which I conducted in the last year, and altogether for last 2-3 years might be more than 300-400 people have taught. So now those people might be looking for some more advanced courses, or someone out of this batch if have done Python from somewhere, or have a knowledge on API but want to focus on Ansible. So for you guys, we have introduced Ansible. So this is more focused on Ansible automation management tool. And here I would focus only on Ansible. Okay. So what would I cover? I would cover playbook. How do you write a YAML playbook? What do you understand by Ansible Vault? What is Ansible ad hoc? The Ansible Galaxy collections. So I'll consider Palo Alto, F5, Cisco, iOS, and we will focus much on Ansible Tower. So this example I have given in my last demo yesterday, which I conducted. So Ansible Tower dashboard is nothing but it's a graphical interface for you to execute the script. And then we will talk about the API calls to run the job as well. Okay. And this course curriculum I have put up here in the notepad. So this is much detailed curriculum for Ansible.
How many years do you have experience on the scripting or automation?
So before Cisco launched Devnet, I was been taking those batches itself. Okay, so like close to 4-5 years been into automation.
Do you have experience in the real life?
Yes, yes, yes.
Where did you work and which company?
So I am not working for any company. I'm a freelancer. So I have built a lot of packages for various other service provider companies. We have a automation kits which we have provided to the service level company, like as per their requirement. They come to us and then we code, we script, and we deliver to them.
What
Okay.
kind of requirement is there in the real life environment?
See, real life environment request that we get is like they tell us how many or what all type of multi-vendor devices they have in their network, what are the number of devices that they are expected us to handle, and what is the day-to-day challenges that they are facing. Might be something related to reporting, audit, or iOS upgradation, or fetching up any show command, or basic troubleshooting for a L1 engineer. So on that basis, we develop them the complete package. We will give it on their network. They will test it on their lab, and they are good to go with their production. So the
you're trying to
requirement.
say, okay, so you're trying to say like the company already have the automation tool kind of like Ansible and other any of them, and they ask you guys to create script for their requirement as per their requirement. I correctly understood that?
No, let's say they don't have anything. They are zero on automation. Okay. So they are zero on automation. They do not have Python. They do not have Ansible, and they want someone to build them the package.
Understood. So how they will run in their company? Might be you created the script. I understood.
Yes, we provide the trainings to their employees.
Okay, and equipment as well.
We train those engineers, the normal routing, switching, L2, L3 engineers. We train them how do they run the script, and that's how they take it further.
Okay. So
okay,
they
so
install
so we are into consultancy and freelancing project as well. So we have developed a package for a lot of companies, startups, and the service level providers. So they explain us the requirement, and then we build the package, deploy them. They will assign 2 engineers from their side. We will give proper KT to them. And whenever they have some challenges or they want some upgrade script, then we deliver to them.
Okay, so so they bring the devices like AlgoSec, Tufin, or maybe the Ansible. This kind of devices they build in their office itself, right? And then they run the script as provided by you guys.
Yes, so
How-
we will also do the initial setup for them depending on their requirement. If they need Ansible, we will tell them what we need. We will say we need a VM, this much of resources, these all package to be installed, and then we go ahead and we deploy it. Okay. If we go with
uh,
Python, we give the list of dependencies, tools,
mhm.
and softwares. They will install it, give us the access, then we will test it, and then their engineers will take it forward.
Okay, understood. Thank you. Thank you so much for your explanation.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyone here who have any doubt on any topics or any concept here? So guys, as I told, we got two packages, a full network automation kit versus Ansible. If you are never into automation and you want to learn this for very first time, I would definitely recommend you to go with the full network automation kit, because that consists of all the latest modules and all the basic to advanced level. If you are focusing on Ansible, then go with Ansible dedicated course.
How long is the course duration for total kits?
Yes, I'll also put that. So both are weekend. That means Saturday and Sunday only. So this will start 8:30 p.m. in the evening till 11:30 p.m. That is 3 hours. It's a Indian hours. So 3 hours of session. This will take 2 to 3 months total duration. On the other side, the Ansible course is again a weekend, Saturday, Sunday. That is morning 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. India hours. And this will take 1 month. Okay.
If I need the classes like 15 day in a month, like as
If,
per my schedule, not the continue, like my schedule, I work 4 day off, right? So if I want to change like that, if there is any possible way to set up the classes
no,
like
right.
that?
No, no, not right now. Right now, we only have a weekend batches only. Okay. So right now we only have these two weekend batches. But if you have some special requirement, you can drop our backend or our sales team, and they can advise you.
Okay, sure, I'll do that.
Okay, so this is our backend email ID that you can contact for enrollment, admission, fees, all those things. And also I'm giving you guys the WhatsApp number.
Are you able to give a rough estimate how much the first course and second course gonna cost?
We don't discuss anything on live batch, because again, as we have some discounts all the time, so you send an email to them and they will give you all the cost along with the discount that they have running. Okay.
Like even a rough idea you cannot give, like just so I can tell my friends too if they wanna join, like because everybody asks, oh, how much it gonna cost? That's kind of a general
No,
question.
actually,
Yeah.
yeah, actually, sorry to say, but I'm not into the admission side. So it's all
Okay.
towards the admission side what they come up with this. Okay. So they have instructed me to provide their contact, so they will handle it in a much better way. So if you have some people joining, they will give you special discount. They have like 1 year lab support. They have the 2 month of lab access for you guys. Okay, and etc etc. So every detail you can get it by sending an email or calling, or might be WhatsApp.
Okay.
Okay, so let me show you the lab access which you guys would be getting it. So we have one lab which has all Cisco ASA, Arista, Junos, routers, switches. We also have one more lab uh, which would be for Ansible course. Okay, so in this lab we have Palo Alto, Big IP, and the Cisco. In case you want to make use of Ansible with some other vendor like FortiGate, etc., you will drop our backend an email, and they will help you deploying even a FortiGate image to this. Okay, so it's all customizable. If you have any vendor apart from this, you will drop us an email, a backend email, and they will help you to deploy it over in this.
So all the labs are you running on the eBenji or
Yes,
any other?
yes, it's EVNG emulators. Okay.
Okay. So you guys also have the cloud classes, AWS or Azure and all other?
Yes, we have, but it's conducted by different trainer. We have
I
some
understand that.
AWS course starting June first week. So we will keep some demo classes, so you can join those demo, and if you like that, you can enroll it.
Yeah, can I have the invitation on that any of the classes for the?
Yeah, yes, you, as I put the details on the screen, just send an email to them. Okay, so they will help
Actually,
you with.
I'm traveling. I'm using my phone. Okay, let me take the details.
Yeah,
This is the detail.
it is put on my screen. You can take a screenshot of it.
Okay, sure. I'm taking the screenshot with your permission. Thank
And
you.
those guys who want to join the full automation kit, uh, you guys can take full automation kit plus Ansible, or if you want to go with only Ansible or only full automation kit, you have to reach out to our admission team, and then they will guide you with date, time, and all the enrollment process. Okay, the installments, the EMI, the duration, everything they will guide you here. So any question on the curriculum side? Because yesterday when I wrapped up the session, there were some doubt, like some people wanted to learn Python, some people were new, some wanted a complete package, some thought we are only covering Ansible. Okay, so that is why I conducted this session, to tell we have both this package available. Yeah, Sachin, you got any doubt or? Okay, and let me also put this link. This is the complete full automation kit.
So, good question. How much is uh, scope of these things? Like, is a lot of companies using it nowadays? Because I keep hearing this, but
Yes,
I
yes.
didn't see anybody. Like, I don't know personally somebody's using it, kind of. So, is it like a lot of scope maybe in future, not right now, something?
Automation is everywhere. I mean, I'm hearing this from you alone, saying that you have not seen any Python Ansible yet. But any companies, you just do a LinkedIn job search or Naukri job search or any job portal, you
Yeah.
will see there would be a requirement for Python knowledge or Ansible skill set, or someone who is automating. So this is in a very high scope, the
Okay.
automation side.
Okay.
All right. So any question? So we have so many participants, Usman, Siddhant,
Hey
Rahman.
Sagar, Abhilash here.
Yes, Abhilash, go
I
ahead.
just would like to know, we could see that there are multiple businesses who are going to, or migrating to the cloud part. So the cloud networking is also there, and we are doing automation in cloud as well using Terraform. So will you be covering that part as well, like how the traditional network and a cloud network will be integrated with the automation?
See, I am not covering Terraform right now, because Terraform I'm planning to take in a separate module. But I'm considering the cloud examples for Ansible playbooks. Okay. So when I'm gonna configure, I'll also consider the cloud examples.
Okay. So that is a comparative study, well, because that will
Yes.
give a brief idea like how it works.
Yes.
Okay.
So when is the course date? Like, just is it starting next week? You said
That's right. So the course is starting next Saturday. Okay.
next Saturday. Okay.
So let me put the date. It's 28, right? So
And usually, so once that is end, then you're gonna start again after like 2 months, kind of, right?
oh yes, yes, that would be right. This Ansible, I'm starting 28 May. Okay, and the full automation kit, I'm starting mid of June, because I have a batch going on right now. So once that batch is over, then I'll start. So that would be 11th June, which is
Can we
Saturday.
repeat? Can we repeat the classes if we not understand? If
Yes,
we
yes,
have the another classes.
we are giving one free retake, and also the live classes are recorded, so you will have a lifetime access to the recordings. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm done from my side. So if you have any question, you can reach out the backend. They will also gonna explain you the same thing as the curriculum and the course duration, etc. All right. So if there is no doubt, then I'll wrap up. Have a nice weekend ahead.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you so much for time. Thanks.